Tier lists are an intricate part of expressing our own opinions on just about anything. Now, as the name implies, a tier list is a list of multiple subjects regarding a topic. So you have tier lists for fucking cereal, movies, music, video games, fucking porn stars, literally whatever else you can possibly think of. People have made because people like expressing their own opinions on anything. People like ranking what they think is the best of something and the worst of something at the same fucking time. So I respect the idea of tier lists and how far they've come. Originally, they were around to list who was the strongest and who was the weakest of characters in a competitive fighting game, but have since become applicable to about literally anything. The big thing with Sonic fans and tier lists lately is creating a tier list of the entire Sonic franchise, best to worst. Sonic fans want to say what game they think is the best and what game they think is the worst. Sometimes generally, sometimes just to trigger other fans, and sometimes because they're fucking brain dead and don't know the right opinion. I'm joking, by the way. Admittedly, shit like Sonic tier lists and whatnot are why I find myself finished with the Sonic fandom, because these tier lists can be used as an antic to indirectly make others mad and stir up shit as usual. Two things that we need to remember with tier lists when making them or even reading them is the two words objective and subjective. Now, I shouldn't even have to explain this shit, but I will. Objective is more or less the truth. No kind of feelings or bias when a decision is made on something. And subjective is the exact opposite and is pretty much applicable to most tier lists because your opinion is subjective itself. So when it comes to reading a Sonic tier list in general, there is no need to get mad at where your favorite game is. I would just say fuck their opinion, eat a dick, and move on. There is no objective Sonic tier list because we all experience every single Sonic game differently. There's so many combinations of what the right answer could be. The absolute most that you can do is study and play every single Sonic game in the entire series and then make your list as objective as possible. You have to look at things like the impact that the game had on the series at its time, the original critic score, and what people thought before applying 2018 logic to a 15 or 20-year-old game, and if it just plays well still, you know, if it's too stiff, or is it too loose, or is it still just right. It's hard to make the perfect ranking of every single Sonic game ever because some games are 2D and some games are 3D. Not to mention, every goddamn Sonic game is really fucking different from the next. Alright, so y'all already know me. I don't like entertaining this type of shit, but this time I thought it'd actually be kind of fun to do. So applying everything that we talked about just now, impact and whatnot, I made two different tier lists, both a subjective and an objective tier list that you're probably looking at right now. And you get to see how much differently they are. My subjective list being a bit more, being like my favorite to least favorite in the series, and then just my the objective one being what I think is the best to the worst, you know, as completely objective as possible. Again, impact and just how well the game still plays to this day. And also you see a lot of games like Sonic 1 and Sonic CD being near each other, the Boost games being near each other. I think those games are like most of them improved upon the last one. So if you see games that are close to each other like Rush Adventure, and the adventure games, the Boost games, I think they belong, like those games generally belong in that area, but I think this game is an improvement on that game, the one being in front of it, you know. Yeah. Alright, so one more thing before we actually end off this video is I want you guys to make your own tier list. I want you guys to make a video response. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, I used to do that shit on YouTube. I want y'all to do that. You can link it in the comments down below. Do that shit. But if you don't feel comfortable, please leave your tier list in writing down below. I would love to read what you think, what you like. If you have any any disagreements with my objective tier list, please leave your comments down below. Actually don't, because I don't give a fuck, but yeah, if you want to, then please do it. You know, I love some criticism, And I think my list is as perfect as it's gonna get. I did forget to put Forces on there, but I think Forces would be probably right before Lost World, like in between Heroes and Lost World, because I think those 3 games are pretty much the most mediocre in the entire series. You know, I think they're the most middle of the road as far as Sonic goes. So there's my tier list. And yeah, I didn't think I'd actually ever do a video about this, but you know, we did. And yeah, fuck tier list, fuck Sonic fans, bye.